So the big banks have been touting their big loan modification programs and not getting the big results they were all promising. Take a look at some new numbers we have from the Comptroller of the currency. Shows a remarkable rate of redefaults on modifications. 58% of loan modifications done in the first quarter of this year fell delinquent in the first 8 months. These are not repayment plans, but real modifications. But the trouble is they mostly do not involve writing down principal.
Is it because the modifications did not reduce monthly payments enough to be truly affordable to the borrowers? Is it because consumers replace lower mortgage payments with increased credit card debt and other forms of debt?
Or is it because the economy is getting worse and we're losing more jobs? Now, Sheila Bair said that she wants to see some definition of what these kind of redefaults are before we say that all the loan programs aren't working, because she claims her program with IndyMac is working. But again, we don't have any clear definition of what exactly the problem is.
Despite the data that Diana just discussed, that modified mortgages often redefault, there remains agreement that widespread mortgage modification is the key to fixing the housing problem and thereby the economy. Of bankers and housing experts in a panel I moderated today at the OTS Housing Conference, they differed on how. Some favored across-the-board systematic write-downs, like Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke is saying. Others contended the only way to do it is mortgage by mortgage. Now, I asked Housing Financial Services Committee Chairman Barney Frank if he would support release of the remaining $350 billion of the TARP money.
If they would come and work with us on how that $350 billion would be used, including getting the banks that have already gotten some of that money to start making the loans that we'd hoped they would make, and if they would really get very serious about foreclosure relief, then I would be supportive.
One problem has been getting the owners of the mortgage securities to agree to modifications, but one of my panelists today, housing expert John Taylor, you're going to like this, Larry, suggested there is such a national interest in the issue. The government should consider using eminent domain to buy them from investors, the same procedure it uses to buy land it needs to build a road.
The problem, Larry, is, though, that you need the lower-income people, the first-time home buyers, to get out there and buy these houses, buy these foreclosed properties, so we don't have to modify all these loans. It's not working.
That was the model that is being discredited right now. I beg your pardon, and I love these new people, especially the immigrants who are coming in. But if they can't afford it, they can't affort it.
No, I'm
and there's
saying
no
get the
point in
people who
spending
can
another
afford it. Get the people who can't afford it.
of TARP taxpayer money. It's a waste. It's out the window.
But I'm saying don't use the TARP money. Let these loans go into foreclosure. Forget the modifications that don't work, and get the people who do have the good credit, who can get the loans that are good loans, and have them buy up the foreclosed properties, Larry.
Diana,
you know, you're always talking about letting the free market work.
I love this.
Am I right?
No, I love this. Sign me up. I absolutely love it. I think you're speaking a lot of sense. And I want you to tutor Steve Liesman.